My name's Alex Caputo-Pearl. I'm the president of United Teachers Los Angeles, a classroom teacher for 22 years in South LA, and an LAUSD parent. On Friday, we sat in the district building in what was supposed to be a bargaining session while Austin Beutner took a proposal to the media instead of to us. What he put out that we saw over Facebook Live continued to be unacceptable. In that room was a district chief financial officer who could not refute the reality that the district does not have a deficit and has not had a deficit for 5 years. Even with a fact finder who agreed that there is a $2 billion reserve, even with a governor who had just given $140 million new dollars to education, LAUSD still, after 21 months, could not bring itself to cap class size. LAUSD still, after 21 months, could not commit to anything more than a paltry amount of nurses and counselors only for 1 year. After all of that, and after 21 months, the district couldn't even bring itself to create substantive proposals around charter co-locations and even non-economic demands that would cost the district nothing and in fact might save the district some money. Over the weekend, we've heard nothing more from the district. We're in a battle for the soul of public education. We have an investment banker, superintendent, who lies to the media without remorse or consequence. He's deeply out of touch with the needs of students and community. We've been talking to the mayor and other elected officials throughout the city and state, and they could prove essential to coming to an agreement that improves the lives of students. But we are more convinced than ever that the district won't move without a strike. Let us be clear. Teachers do not want to strike. Teachers strike when they have no other recourse, when there is no other alternative. Packing up our classrooms on Friday was shattering to many of our members. Yes. We will be locked out of school campuses for the duration of the strike. Not being able to see our students in the classrooms while the strike is happening. This is not easy for us. We're going on strike tomorrow for students whom we miss in our hearts right now. They deserve better. We strike tomorrow for a reinvestment in our classrooms and because it matters to have a thriving, healthy public school system in a city like Los Angeles.
Alex, sorry. No, interrupting. I thought he was finished.
I want to address our students. I know that these Facebook Lives go out to a lot of folks. I want to address students. For my 22 years of teaching and my many years of youth organizing, I've learned so much from students. From Nicole Toussaint in my classroom in 1990 in Compton, to Stephanie Alvarez in 2013 in my class at Crenshaw High School. Students out there, when people tell you for the 1,000th time that you are the future, say that you want them to prove it. Yes. 80% of schools without full-time nurses doesn't prove it. That's right. Class sizes of 46 doesn't prove it. Closed libraries, crumbling classrooms, and not enough counselors don't prove it. Prioritizing billionaire-funded corporate charter schools over your school does not prove it. Students out there, have heart. We are doing this for you, and we are so proud to share this movement with you. I want to address our parents. I learned how to be a fighting parent for my kids from Eunice Grigsby and Nydia Sotelo at Crenshaw High School. As an LAUSD parent myself, and knowing all of the things that parents juggle, I want to say how profoundly moved we are by the parent actions across the city in support of this movement. As parents, we want everything possible for our kids. It's clear from all of the parent momentum we see across the city that now is our moment to fight for those things. Let's fight for early ed and special ed for our youngest and our most vulnerable students. Let's fight for more voice for parents over school budgets and over standardized testing. It's clear that this is a strike that will not be happening to parents, but fundamentally happening with parents. And we want to get what we can now for our kids, and we want to build this movement with you into the future. This is not a moment, we are building a movement. I want to address our members, educators across the city. You have built yourself into a citywide force and a state and national voice for what is right. There is no doubt when we strike that there will be some sacrifices. Your elected officers in the union will share those with you. As many of you will, we will navigate having our own children with us during the day. We will be tired, just as you will be tired. As you miss your students in your classroom, we will miss being at school sites and supporting your work with those students. And as your UTLA officers, just as you won't be paid, we won't be paid. But those sacrifices that all of us will make collectively will be worth it. Now is the moment for action. It couldn't be clearer. For years, our schools have been neglected, and now is the moment to take action. For months, we have built power, and the truth is out there about what our schools need. Now is the moment for action. We have a non-educator investment banker as superintendent who is starving our schools and accelerating privatization. Now is the moment to push back on that. We have district, city, and state leaders often acknowledge how important public education and school funding are. Now is the moment for action to make sure that those acknowledgments become reality. There has never been a more urgent moment to use our power to push back than now. And there's never been a better moment to use our power to win real improvements. UTLA members, parents, supporters, be on the picket line tomorrow and this week, and for however long it takes, be there proudly. Be at the rallies proudly. Hold your head high and fight for victory proudly. Yes. It is time to reclaim the promise of public education for all of Los Angeles. Tomorrow, January 14th, 2019, UTLA, with the support of educators, parents, students, community, and throughout the city and state, other supporters, we will be on strike starting tomorrow, January 14th, 2019. Padres de familia, otros maestros van a compartir en español. Pero quiero decir que esta huelga es un movimiento que hemos construido con padres, con estudiantes, con comunidades. Por el momento, ganaremos mejoras en nuestras escuelas y para nuestros hijos. Pero seguiremos luchando para seguir progresando juntos con los padres y comunidades. Gracias.